And we've taken, the start of a secure control framework, which is kind of an open source project, and made it our own by adding customer requirements, dropping the things that weren't applicable to us, and then really starting to identify a set of common control domains that we felt were applicable directly to our environment. I'll flip and ask you and ask you how you think about implementing that, and kind of, just a bit more on the journey of where you started with that and where we're going.
So there's a few things. One thing that I think is very important, so you talked a little bit about the control domains in our UCF, or our Unified Control Framework. We also, by modifying this, we added a control domain around customer trust that did not exist in the SCF proper, the Secure Controls Framework. That's really important to me because that makes us prioritize building trust with our customers. So we have a group on my team that is focused, you obviously know this, but for everybody else, that's focused on delivering trust to our customers. We're working on building out materials on our website, building out info briefs, working with our marketing team to get information in front of our customers. So that's really important. And what I like about the Unified Control Framework there is that we can take what my compliance readiness team does with the UCF, and that team is going through working with stakeholders to implement those controls. And then they're testing those controls and they're assessing those controls and starting to assess them on a quarterly basis, right? So then they can see the evidence, knowing that that control worked. And then we're using that to then write the responses to how we answer a customer's questionnaire or a customer's question. So we're confidently compliant in that whatever that customer is asking, or whatever compliance question is happening, or whatever assessment's going on, we know that we are doing that thing because my other part of my team, right? It's one team, right? GRCT is one team. And they already looked at that evidence and tested it to make sure that they know. So we know it happened and we're testing it regularly. So we are confident that we are meeting the customer's demands, or if it's ISO that we're starting to go down that route and trying to get an ISO certification, we know that we're meeting those requirements because we're the ones testing it out and looking at those controls and really building that process. So it's really exciting, I think. And I think a lot of what we're doing, even this video, right, getting anything in front of customers and in front of our sales team to be able to share what we're doing as a security team is really exciting for me.